Alright, I'll be back very shortly. Just hang tight. Just need to get a few things ready. Bro, you stay here, okay? Shh, gotta be very quiet. I'm prepping Roansome's birthday cake. Well, it's not his birthday cake, it's his birthday treat. Excellent. Everything is ready. Can't give it away just yet. Alright. Get back to the desk and start this stream proper. Oh, hello, Roansome. Alright. Back at the desk. So let me configure the playlist a little bit. Oh, good timing. Alright, that should do. Alright, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the first stream in a very long time. So, if you can make it to the live stream, welcome. If you're watching the VOD, also, thanks for tuning in. My name is Roansome, and we have a special stream today. So, it is Roansome's birthday! Yay! Now, it's actually not my birthday, it's actually the real Roansome, but we can have a look at that later. And we'll go through some presentations and a little nice neat little slideshow to kind of go through what I mean, but I don't know, if you I actually don't think I even mentioned it back in my original intro video back on YouTube. So what we can do is kick off the celebrations, and then, I don't know, maybe you'll understand a little bit better once we get through. So let me change scene for a moment. Whoop. Hey, it is Roansome's 6th birthday. Now, just you wait here. I need to also enable dog cam. Okay, Roansome. Roansome, where are you hiding? Oh my god. You're having a birthday sleep-in. Come on, wake up. Alright, so this is the Roansome I'm talking about. It is a little bit early for him. Roansome! You're fucking giving me the side eye. Happy birthday, you little mutt. Roan has been whizzing inside the house for like the last 3 days. Roan? Come on, get up. Whoa. Anytime now. Sit. Raw stretch. Oh my gosh. Sit. Good boy. Oh man, look at the camera. Good boy. Alright. Now I do have something for you. It is your birthday. Come on. Show camera. Come on your place. Yay! Happy birthday! You don't even know what day it is. It's just a sleepy day for you. Alright, sit. Oh, so cute. Alright. It is cold today. It is winter over here. Oi. Oof. Alright. Stay. Probably not gonna stay, but stay anyway. Just as planned. Perfect. Got his birthday hat on. Party hat. He's gonna get fucking messy. Ooh, happy birthday! Alright, so for the camera, it's just a little meat log. But he fucking loves it. Alright. Why is such a sad song playing? Okay. Fuck it. We'll just hand feed him a little bit. For a big dog, he's pretty good. Yum, 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 yum. Good boy. Oh my god, you're making a mess on the bed. Holy shit. You better not fucking do that. Roansome. Ah, no. Don't do that. Yeah. Alright, come on. This is turning to a disaster already. Oh my god, he's like punished Roan. Roan, up. Okay. Party hat's over. Alright, go. Go. Hand feeding has not worked. We should just let him go for it. What? What are you doing? Eat. Eat. What? Look at him enjoying it. Run. Off. Off. I'll just shift that out of the way. Alright. let's see if I can hand feed him again. Ugh. Let's go. Here. Don't put her on the bed, you little fucker. Don't make crummies on the bed, you little shit. I use the bed too. Good boy. Yeah. Come on, eat more. That's a lot of cake. He eats like a fucking horse, this guy. Ugh. Ugh. Oh my god, you little bugger. Roan. Roan. What are you trying to do? Roan, just eat more. Good boy. Can I have more? Just don't bring it on your bed, bro. Good boy. You're such a good boy. You're a very good boy. Oh. Yeah, now I'm inside the room as well. Come on, have more. Yeah, you're a good boy. Why are you looking at me like that for, huh? Enjoy your little treat. You can save some more. You want more? Ah, hang on. I mean, that is a pretty big log. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty big log. Yeah, go on. Go on. What do you want? Whoa. Yeah, it's a pretty big log. So, I don't know. I think before when I've given him logs like that, like before he would like just scarf it down, but I think now he's just, I don't know. He's being a bit mindful of his manners, I guess. Except for when he brings it onto his bed. Yeah, usually this bed over here, I don't want it to get dirty because, yeah, that is a human-sized dog bed. So it's pretty long, and you can see in the background that's like a bench and also a reformer Pilates machine. So yeah, that just goes to show the scale. So I actually lay down in there and just watch movies and anime and stuff from that bed, and I cuddle with the dog on there too. So I kind of don't want to get it dirty because it's a bit of a pain in the ass to you know, take the covers off or take the foam bits out and wash the covers and stuff. So I want to try and keep it as clean as possible. Usually. What? You know you can have it. Go eat your thing. Go eat. Oh yeah, now he remembers where it is. Holy shit. Do you see that? Fucking 2 in 1. Well, actually, 1 in 1 because he freaking dropped that thing off the board. Oh, wow. So yeah, when my partner and I went to New Zealand, we had to drop him off at the kennels. And the first thing the specialist said, or the people said that, like when we picked him up was, Roan eats like a horse. He just scarfs everything down, and he fucking does. He's not a stray or anything. He just fucking loves food. Just fucking loves it. Any time now, Roansome. Any time now. Well, it doesn't matter. There's no one in chat anyway, so you can gives a fuck. But quickly, I want to get through my stream agenda. There's a big fucking crumb there. Yeah, there you go. Good boy. Alright. Yeah, there wouldn't be stuff there on your bed if you hadn't bought stuff there in the first place, you silly Billy. Rain, come here. Rain. Come here. Go put your hat on. Come put your hat on. Rain. Yeah, you fucking want it. Put your hat on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There you go. Happy birthday. You got like a nice little treat. You don't get extra biscuits though. I can't overfeed you. Happy birthday. Oh man. Oh, you did wipe your crumbs and shit on me. You dirty dog. Look up at the camera. Look up at the camera. Oh. Happy birthday. Alright. You dirtied my hands though. My hands are dirty. Alright. Also check this out. Also check this out. Rain. 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 Hey, what are you sniffing? Hey? Can't do that on camera. You can get me cancelled. And for that, this is what you get. This is what you get. You get your hat on. Rain. Rain. Look at the camera. Oh. Rain. Rain. You silly boy. Alright. Got your eye boogers out. We're all good. Okay. Alright, say hello to the camera one last time. Whoa. Bye-bye. Ah! You're headbutting me. You're headbutting me. Wrong. Okay. You ready? Okay. Okay. You can go to bed now. Woo. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the feeding session. Just gotta put some stuff in the sink and then wash my hands. Now, one thing that's a little sad is my partner's working away at the moment, so she's on a mine site just doing her last week and a half there. So it's a bit sad that she's not able to be here at the moment, but you know, she might have just like hogged the camera or whatever. But in any case, you're watching this. I hope you enjoyed the feeding frenzy. Freaking hell, Rain eats like a horse. Anyway, that is it for the first part of the stream, which is the birthday dog cam. So I'm just going to go hide this. I do have some other stuff that I wanted to go through as well. So, as part of the stream, I just wanted to share my little small celebration with Roansome, who's my dog. And, you know, after we did that, I wanted to go through some old presentations that I did. So when I first started, before I started streaming on Twitch, I was making content and streaming on YouTube to start off with. And as part of like my whole YouTube debut, or my first like bit of content, I did like a short live stream where I did my own like character introduction and everything. And it's been nearly a year, but we might as well just do like a bit of a year in review thing, kind of a deal, just to go through a couple of things. Since I also kind of wanted to, you know, celebrate Roansome today and just, oh hello, and I don't know, just to get people up to speed, because I'm technically presenting to a bit of a new audience as well, and it's also been like roughly a year. So to kick things off, Roansome, I've got presentation. Cool. So what we're gonna have a look at is you know, a small little presentation. So the first chunk of it is pretty much going to be pretty much essentially my old debut slides, right? Or the presentation slides that I used to introduce myself last year. So in any case, if you're watching on Twitch and you haven't really checked out the YouTube channel, you know, this will get you up to speed. And hopefully, thank fuck, you won't need to watch my intro of my debut stream VOD, which was horrible when I think about it, because I was just super nervous and everything. So, yeah, this should be a bit of a less cringy and a bit of a fresh start. So in any case, this is the introduction slide, or the intro slide. So, woof woof, welcome to the stream, welcome to the debut. Whoa. I just need to get a few other things up here. Alright, so, who am I? I am Roansome. So this is pretty much my intro slide. I am Roansome, or Roansome. Don't really use that one, but I feel like I should start using this a little more. Age, I'm 5 years old, so, oh, UK people, don't fucking come after me. No, I am 5 in dog years. Well, this is, as you know, is the 2024 presentation. So this is what I showed off in my initial debut and stuff. So age 5, had my job. I like digging holes. If you don't know what that means, it's all right. I'll get to that in the next slide. But for those of you who want to know a little bit more, I have done a YouTube video about what I do and what digging holes actually means. For those of you who know me or who've interacted with me on X, Twitter, or on Discord, you'll know that I like anime, food, cooking, finance, and games as well. So pretty easy there. I made this slide last year because, in order to kind of build myself up, build my brand, I knew I was going to be. I had the feeling that I would be presenting to people who just didn't know what the fuck VTubers are. So I had this slide to explain a few things. So obviously, for those of you who have been in the loop, VTubers are just virtual or cartoon YouTubers. I also gave a couple of examples, some of which have been like more my sources of inspiration. So Kareno was pretty big for me. She had like really great design. I've known and watched YouTuber content and stuff since Kiz and I, when she first did her own stuff as well. And that was like pretty funny, very entertaining. Iron Mouse, pretty popular. Unfortunately, like she's in a little bit of a bad situation with what's been happening lately, but she was like huge and like really took off. Really loved her content back when, like, during the COVID era and stuff like that as well. Her stuff's pretty funny, as well as her collabs with Sea Dog VA, who's a British YouTuber living in Japan. I also gave a couple of other examples as well, so I don't know, just to gel with the new crowd. And yeah, also in this slide, I kind of explained why I chose to have this kind of this cartoon VTuber avatar, and basically it was just so I didn't have to mess around with cameras and crap like that. So at the time when I first started, I think I was living in my brother's place, and even before that, I was thinking of, back when I was at my old house, the lighting situation there was just kind of average. So having being able to use a crappy camera to just control like a virtual avatar or a VTuber model was just, it made a bit more sense at the time. Seemed like pretty low effort. Because I remember a long time ago when I mulled around with the idea of live streaming, I was like, oh crap, do I have to spend like several $100 on a camera? Like, do I need like a super good like mirrorless camera or whatever? And those could rack up to hundreds, even like a couple of $1,000. Mind you though, when you initially have a look at VTuber artists that would make and rig models for you, like, oh man, some of the stuff I initially saw was like, oh man, $1,000 US, $2,000 US to make a VTuber model. Like, if you live in Australia, that amount of money to throw away on a fucking model is just ridiculous, especially if you're new and starting out. So yeah, in any case, I managed to find like a really cheap a studio that didn't charge a lot or an arm and a leg to make a model, so it just made it easy. I don't know, depending on how you research things, you'll go down a certain path or whatever. So yeah, I don't know, I think a VTuber model was like the right approach. I don't know, it just makes you stand out a little bit more compared to just regular streaming, so that makes branding like a little bit more interesting. But the downside is, I don't know, yeah, you get lumped with other weebs and weirdos, obviously. So yeah, as part of my debut on YouTube about a year ago, I just, gave credit to where credit's due. So Valkyria Arts made the initial sketches, so I commissioned some art pieces. So I used to know her from an old job that I worked at, and she was like a programmer or a scripter for one of our business divisions. And yeah, when I found out that she actually drew art and stuff, I was just like, oh, can I commission stuff? And so yeah, she was nice about it and like slotted me in somewhere. So she made that initial drawing. When I gave it commissioned Macy Studios to create like a VTuber model, they got the PSD or Photoshop file, redrew some things, just made the lines a bit thicker and cleaner. Roan, as you saw before, is like a brown brindle dog, but I don't know, we just kept it pretty simple. So Roansome's all brown in here, and he's like got some random stripes here and there. So they all don't really fucking make sense, but I don't really care. But yeah, so that's pretty much how I went from getting a concept piece of art and got it rigged into a model. Macy Studio is super cheap. They're based in Indonesia. So if you're looking for something quick and dirty, quick and cheap, you can get like a model done up for about 130, 170 Australian dollars. So if you divide that, times that by 0.65 or something like that, roughly like, I don't know, what's like 60, I don't know, probably like around around 110, 120 US dollars or something like that. I reckon that's way fucking cheaper than spending like a couple of $1,000 on a fucking model. But you do get what you pay for. So I think I asked for like, I don't know what the fucking toggle was, but I asked for one anyway. And I don't know, if you can kind of see my model, you can see like an eye poking through my sunnies. I would have expected a sunglasses toggle or something, but I don't really give a fuck. I got a good deal, so I'm pretty happy with it. But anyways, yeah, I'd recommend going to Macy Studios. Yeah, so this is kind of what my initial plans were when I first debuted. So at the time, I was in between jobs, and I recently, I managed to sell my last house, and I was living with my brother at the time, so I had like a decent amount of money from the sales. So I really wanted to dive into, video essays, long form content, short form content, like not YouTube shorts, but just making YouTube videos. And, I wanted to just discuss things, tell more people about myself and do some like guide tutorials and some other random stuff. But obviously I got fucking sidetracked into streaming, and that really just killed a lot of these things. So I'll talk about more what my plans for streaming are like a little bit later, mainly because I obviously haven't been streaming as frequently. But anyway, this was like the initial plan. Back then I didn't have a job. I was pretty much like set to just do stuff for quite a long time. So a whole bunch of the money that I got from selling my house I also like put into investments and stuff like that. And I had put away enough money to kind of just live freely and not do anything. The whole reason why a lot of this thing fell apart was I wanted pocket money to invest in more things, which meant I needed a job, which obviously killed all of this, unfortunately. And even when I did start streaming, obviously you can tell I haven't been streaming consistently, so that's a little sad. Anyways. Yeah, this was like a little bit about me. So if you watch my streaming content, you might find that I have like a really eccentric taste in games, but because I've been playing like a lot of demos here and there, trying like some random stuff out. But as part of my background and like my initial debut slides, I did give like an outline of the games I like to play. So obviously, I grew up playing a lot of first-person shooters, so I really liked Counter-Strike, Battlefield, and more recently Call of Duty, back when, what was it, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 came out, when they introduced Warzone 2. So I wasn't a Battle Royale fan, but Warzone had that whole PvE kind of element to it, which was kind of fun. And I got into that quite a lot with my older brother as well. And it was my older brothers and my cousins that really introduced me to Counter-Strike and stuff, all the way back in, you know, the early 2000s and stuff when I was in high school. I think when I first started streaming, I did try to play and stream Path of Exile, but at the time, I was just like, oh yeah, I'm doing a Path of Exile stream. Did a stream, came back, I didn't want to fire up another stream, I just wanted to play the fucking game, so, you know, the idea of playing Path of Exile 1 and 2 kind of just fizzled out real quick. Whenever I did random streams or random stuff in the background, you did see me playing Last Epoch as well. If anyone's kept up with or had a look at my YouTube channel, I did play Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I also like a whole bunch of other JRPGs as well, although I don't really play them as much. They're a bit slowish paced, and I still remember like quite a lot of the storylines, and I just don't particularly feel like I want to go back to turn-based games for quite a while. What else? RPGs. I think my first or my initial Twitch streams was actually playing the Oblivion Remastered. So obviously, I do like open world RPGs. I also did play Tainted Grail offline as well, so that could be added to the list. Outward is a game that I really love, but it, I don't know, yeah, it's just not super highly publicized. But Outward 2 is coming out, so if that does come out, I'll definitely love to play that. There's also a bunch of other games that I really like, so roguelikes really enjoy as well. So Jump Ship, or it's now been rebranded and renamed as Jump Space. That is a fantastic game which I really liked. Had like a lot of space flight sim and roguelike elements to it. I haven't streamed it, but I love Everspace 2 and Star Citizen. I love-hate relationship with that fucking game and the fucking dev cycle, but for what it is like a pretty neat, like very immersive space flight sim, immersive sim type game. Part of me wants to recommend playing it, part of me doesn't, because it's just, you know, because of its development history. But, you know, if you do get the chance to play it on a free fly weekend, do jump into it. Pray to God that your PC is good enough. And if you liked immersive sims, you'll like Star Citizen. Very good. A whole bunch of other things. I mentioned that I like to play Warzone, DayZ, and like other survival games. Also really liked playing Terraria as well. That was like a huge eye-opener for me. Anyways, I spent too long on this slide. This is supposed to be like a recap. Yeah. So over here, yeah, there are a few things that failed. So didn't end up streaming this. Streamed this a little. Streamed Path of Exile 2 a little bit, but I got too absorbed with actually playing, you know, the game and trying to finish it. I did buy Kingdom Come Deliverance, but it's a long game, and I don't think I'll stream that. I don't think I'll stream Everspace 2 and Outward 2. I'll go on about that a little bit later anyways. But one thing I did play was I did stream the prologue missions for Cyberpunk 2077. I played it, but I didn't, you know, stream or record the full playthrough. Doom 2 I did stream a little bit as well, so that was part of my collab stream with Trial Makamo. So that was pretty cool. We played a Doom 2 mod called Map Witch 2, which was super slick. And yeah, it was a fucking blast to do that collab as well. Fallout London, holy crap. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, didn't end up playing that and shit at all, so... But yeah, work has just been preoccupying my time, so I'll explain more about that a little bit later. But yeah, I did have like a pretty nice plan to kind of play through a lot of games, but shortly after I started VTubing and stuff, I was pretty much like back at work, so I got headhunted quite badly. But I'll tell you guys more about that later. So yeah, this was my old video content release. Freaking this shit didn't end up happening fucking at all. Fuck. Let's get this freaking pen here. Nah. None of that shit happened. Also, other stuff that didn't happen. Actually, this happened. I actually made that video. Didn't make this video. Didn't make that video. Didn't make that video at all. And I was like, didn't make any of this. So you can kind of tell how old this is because, you know, I've left a little note here going, oh, the Ubisoft Insanity stuff. This is all the way back when Ubisoft had earnings calls or shareholder like meetings and stuff, and they were worried about Star Wars Outlaws and what was it, Assassin's Creed Shadows, before it got fucking delayed multiple times. So I'm pretty sure that was like late last year. Oh yeah, definitely was late last year. This is my fucking debut stream, of course. Yeah, I can't even remember shit now. So out of all of these things that I had in my pipeline, I only did one fucking thing, and that took fucking like 3 or 4 weeks and shit. And then, yeah, it was just... this was just a fucking unmitigated disaster. Yeah, so I ended up going all in on streaming rather than content creation in the end, because it was just easier to fire up a stream rather than make content and then edit stuff in DaVinci Resolve. And, you know, kind of paying the price now, really. Streaming wasn't really as easy as I thought. Like, I'll get over that debate. Like, when I say streaming is hard, it's easy as a physical endeavor, but actually making it rewarding is difficult, because you have to build your audience, right? So yeah, now I pretty much leaned into these main streams here. I think I ended up modifying, like, because my partner was working on site, there were 2 weeks at the time where I did stream on weekends, and every third week I would just put a hiatus, because that was when she was back, and that's where my time was going to go. And I think in the end, on whenever I did stream on Saturday, I'd stream in either the afternoon or the evening to catch the US East time zone. So that's pretty much where I went. How things eventually played out. But I don't know. Yeah, looking back on it, you know, I do have like some spare days during my work week where I probably could have streamed more, but at the time I was just like freaking tired. I was dealing with like all this other shit. Plus, I ended up moving out into our new house or our new place. So I moved out of my brother's house after about 9 months or ish. And yeah, it's just been a bit of a whirlwind, really. So there was a lot of lost time there. Streaming content pipeline. So what did I actually do? I think I did the first 2. So this is on YouTube. It was pretty cool, kind of boring. And then I did my Final Fantasy VII Remake playthrough. So Space Marine 2 was a stream. Ugh. And Final Fantasy VII Remake was a series of uploaded VODs. Some of the other things that I did as well was I didn't do my partial playthrough Enderall, even though it was a super good game. What I didn't do BattleBit either, mainly because it was kind of boring. There were other things I did instead, and I didn't fuck around on TradingView. One of the other things I did stream though was Split Fiction. So Split Fiction, also a recorded VOD, which was like, it was a fucking good game as well. I really enjoyed, what was the game? It Takes Two. So yeah, it's made by the same studio. But yeah, so I did, I guess when I look back at it, I did stream some full playthroughs of some games. So, I don't know, I guess I'll be happy with that. I'll take that. this is what my old schedule kind of looked like, and you can kind of fucking tell. You know, I would have something streaming over the weekend or something happening on the weekend where I had more of my time, and then I had the idea of doing like Friday recaps, and I did do that like a little bit because some interesting things were happening. So I think a few of the recaps I was tracking like Bitcoin price action, which was pretty cool. Fucking it's gone wild since I did my last recap and shit. But the other thing that I did after was yeah, I did a few other things which are notable. So I got like a 3D printer one time, and I incorporated that as into part of my recaps and stuff. And yeah, the 3D printing journey's been interesting. But yeah, I don't know, this is kind of what the thing looked like. So I did try to put up schedule images or posts on X, and then afterwards I did do like a bit of a reshuffle. But you can see everything's like pretty flat as far as the design goes. So, and in the end, after I did my like first, I don't know, maybe 6 or 8 streams and shit like that, I could tell and I could see that the view count was just fucking minimal. So after a while, since I was streaming irregularly anyway, I just stopped doing these kind of slides and stuff like that. And then obviously here was my obvious plea to subscribe and like my videos and stuff. Anyways, that's old news, old business. And that was, I think, mainly targeted at the YouTube channel and stuff as well. But things are obviously different. So, begs the question, what's the go now? What are we doing now? So, as far as streaming on Twitch, and streaming in general, my work life has been, I mean, it's been busy for a long time since I started, but now that enough time has passed, you know, I've got like a clearer idea of what I can and can't do, especially when it comes to how I manage my time and when I'm available. So, I mean, like work and life has been relatively consistently busy, so I've had a few times. So in July, for example, I mean, I was busy with work projects, and then, you know, I help out with a martial arts school, and, you know, my streaming days on Saturdays were like fucking pretty much booked out for like every weekend. So that made it a little bit harder to kind of wind down and do streams and prep content and stuff like that. So I just try to keep a close eye on my work-life balance. And whatever stuff I have spare, I would put into stream. And I can see that amount of time available or time to spare just like dwindling and just getting really squeezed up. So, so yeah, like right now I'm working at a job which I really like. And, you know, I'm working at a small startup for a friend of mine. And, you know, when I first started streaming, I did mention earlier that I was looking for a job because I wanted some pocket money to make some more quick, agile investments. And then my friend caught wind that I was looking for a job, and within about 6 or 7 hours on the day, I got like a signed contract. So I've pretty much been busy kind of since then, and I've been working like a job, getting paid really well. So, you know, that's just taken up like so much of my time. And I'm finding that streaming is a bit of a time sink with very little gain. So I've seen all of my metrics, I've kept an eye on it. I've tried doing affiliate pushes for the last few months, and like I was so close, and then I just like missed out. So, you know, I just want to be more efficient about my time. So that's the kind of current state of affairs. Like, I'm busy, I'm working on a job that I like. I've been doing it for quite a while, the job's stabilized, and, you know, streaming is just starting to fall further and further down the priority list. So I mentioned that I've aimed to do an affiliate push, and like I'm still aiming for that. But the big barrier that I'm finding at the moment, just like with other small streamers, is that getting that average view count of 3+ is really hard. And I have seen other people, you know, just grind super long streams like every fucking week, every day. But the people I've seen succeed have been doing, like, they'll have regular streams 5 times a week. I can't fucking do that. I have commitments to my partner whenever she's back home. I need to wind down from work and just make sure that I'm taking care of myself, which pretty much just leaves me with, 2 weekends, or if I don't want to rest, I'll be streaming on like a Monday and Wednesday as well. So I guess I can do it, but, I don't like wasting my time. So if there is a better way to get that view count of 3, I think I'll pursue that instead. And so rather than, just doing, constant streaming and stuff and just hoping for the best, I think it is smarter to kind of pivot to doing something else that's also a bit more time efficient. So, so that's why we'll lead into the next slide, but I want to kind of, I don't want to do long streams and just keep wasting my time, especially when I'm streaming to like no one, because there's like little interaction there. So I've also decided that if my new strategies or whatever don't work, I think I'll just stop streaming by, if there's no meaningful progress by the end of the year, I think I'll just stop streaming completely. But for now, I won't fully stop streaming yet. I'll do some streams, especially with some new interesting things coming up. And then what I'll do is I'll focus on making some short form content on YouTube, and try to build an audience through like Instagram or TikTok or whatever. So, all the streams that I've done in the past aren't completely useless. I think I'll just use that to, generate and create like a whole bunch of clips. And then what I might do is I just, might do a compilation or something like that. And then, try and just hit other social media platforms to build an audience. And then once that audience has kind of been built, then I can pump and redirect everyone to Twitch and just make that stream grind a little bit easier. I wonder if I missed anything. Nope. But yeah, so in the short term, there is the Battlefield 6 open beta, so I'll try and stream as much of that as possible. It does look good. It looks like a really nice return to form. When the game releases in October, I think I'll be streaming that a bit more regularly and just trying to push through. And then hopefully around the August-October timeline or, zone, I will generate some clips and start, doing, more media pushes to other platforms and just seeing if I can build the audience like that. In the downtime after the beta for Battlefield 6, what I might do is I might play some Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and actually play it through with some mods which I've already prepared. So that's going to be a long game and a bit of a long grind, but it'll fill in the time, until Battlefield 6. I think recently the main games that I've played have been Peak and some random VR stuff, but I don't know. I think it's time to move on to something a bit more committed. Now, Jump Ship, or now known as Jump Space, I don't know when that's going to release onto early access. I hope it's not next year, because I don't know if there's things, if things don't really pan out, I'll be stopping streaming after, like in 2026 anyways. But if early access does surprise come out, I'll probably try and, this year, I'll try and stream that too. In terms of short form video content, from now to the end of the year, I want to just start making clips and potentially compilations, and you'll find that on YouTube. So I'll be trying to migrate and focus more on YouTube than I am on Twitch. And then I will finally do these fucking these videos that I've planned to do for like quite a long time. So again, in the short term, just to summarize, I'll be doing some streams still, but I want to refocus on YouTube and try and build some more videos and an audience there, then try to redirect them to Twitch. But yeah, so that's pretty much the current state of things. So let's just move on to the actual birthday and the introduction redo. Right, so as far as this year's concerned, I am still Roansome. That's not changed. I'm 6 years old, because it's 2025 now, like you can do the math. I still dig holes. I am a VTuber, and I still like all the things that I said before, so Really liking games. I really do like streaming video games, but you know, streaming as a financial endeavor is just, I don't know, pretty average. So hopefully we can try and like change some things there, or maybe pivot to recording VODs and recording videos and uploading them like I did with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But yeah, pretty excited for Battlefield 6 and some of the upcoming releases. I'm looking forward to that, and probably reconnecting with some old friends as well. And hopefully, if I get my video pipeline, content pipeline sussed, I can start talking more about this or finance. So yeah, what do I do? So just so that you don't have to watch my old YouTube videos, by profession I am a mining engineer, so you can check out the YouTube video if you want, but I don't know, I might as well just cover it here. But yeah, as a mining engineer, I dig holes and help people dig holes, so that's the whole digging holes joke. So yeah, also being from Western Australia, we're also called sand gropers, also digging holes. Yeah, a lot of things going into there. So I also, you know, as a mining engineer, that is my profession or my trade. My current job though is I work as a consultant or a mining consultant for a friend of mine. So for those of you who have seen my Twitch chat and read my Twitch chat rules, I do have a rule or a request where I don't want people to subscribe to me on Twitch. You can follow, or you know, which is the same as a YouTube sub. I guess YouTube calls YouTube's equivalent of Twitch subs is super chats or donations or whatever. I don't want to ask for people's money, and the reason why I have that rule is I don't want people to break their bank for me, or even, you know, open their wallet for me, like, at all. The main reason is because being a mining engineer and working as a mining engineer in Western Australia is quite lucrative. Like, not super lucrative like, I don't know, being a lawyer or fucking an associate or someone in finance and stuff, but I make quite, like, a decent amount of money. I've made a fair bit in the past, and working with my friend in my current job right now, I'm finally getting paid market rate, and I'm still kind of blown away about how much I'm making. So I don't want people opening their wallet and just sending me money. However, if you do decide to leave me a tip using crypto or something like that, I will accept, mainly because it aligns with very particular interests that I have, and also it kind of shows like a bit of a commitment from, I don't know, the viewer side as well. So there is some mutual interest there. And I don't know, if you do decide to leave a tip, and if you've gone through the effort into using blockchain tech to leave me a tip or something like that, I will be more inclined to give you something back in return through better viewership, doing explicit work on certain bits of content and stuff as well, and actually putting a little bit more effort. Because if you've gone through the effort to learn how to, you know, use blockchain wallets and stuff, you know, I'll salute and respect that. We kind of went through this already. I don't know why I put this slide in there, but you can kind of tell I'm just using the same model. And yeah, I think it will just be like that until the end of the year, or until I stop making content, I guess. But yeah, here are some fun things about me though. Yeah, I like AI, but I do understand its shortfalls, so it's something that I use at work from time to time, and I do find it kind of helpful for learning a couple of things that I clearly have no idea about. And it's also a nice time saver for me as well. So rather than asking some friends of mine or my co-workers and just wasting their time trying to get them to explain simple stuff to me, I can kind of get walked through the stuff, you know, myself. So yeah, pretty controversial opinion to have, but I don't give a flying fuck. I also like generative AI as well, although I do have, I don't know, I question the quality of of some of the results. Like, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're shit. A lot of the things that I need Gen AI to do is a little disappointing. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not using the right prompts, but you know, where it's useful, like for making music, for instance, I do like generative AI for that. So, I mean, this song that you're listening to in the background is pretty much AI generated, so it's just also technically copyright free too, depending on the song that I'm listening to, of course. What's another fun thing about me? I have a Cert 3 in fitness, so technically I can work at a gym and, you know, run gym classes and train, like, you know, multiple people in a spin class or whatever. But yeah, I think that one goes under the radar quite a lot. It might not seem like it, but I'm also quite introverted, a little bit insular, but I have learned to speak publicly relatively well because I help out as a martial arts instructor. So, you know, I have to teach class, so, you know, gotta learn how to do all that stuff. And yeah, I think people get surprised whenever they hear me, like, in a professional setting, whenever I have to present stuff in a professional setting for, like, workshops or I don't know, forums and things like that. I've had a few people who I've known in the past and like, oh man, awesome presentation. Didn't know you could speak like that. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm like a martial arts instructor and shit like that. And they're like, whoa, okay, holy shit, that's crazy. So that's been fun. I've experienced that kind of reaction a couple of times, and it's kind of funny. It's a little bit something I do on the down low as well, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, this fourth point was interesting. So back many years ago, maybe 2014, 2015, on a whim, I heard some people talking at a bus stop about meal replacement shakes and how it worked for them. So on a whim, I decided to try it out as well. So at that time, I was working fly in, fly out on a mine site. And so I just bought a couple of bags, fucking bought them in, and then I started taking those shakes. And fucking hell, like, it was just horrible. I felt like so hungry, like fucking every day. And then, and at the same time, I was also running like 5Ks a day though, or for like 2 or 3 days a week. So I did do like a bunch of work or exercise while I was taking the meal replacement shakes. And then after, like, I ran out of shakes midway through the swing, and then you know, just decided to eat normally and stuff. I found that my stomach shrank heaps, and then I felt like I overate. You know, by the time my rotation ended and I went back home, when I weighed myself, I lost like 5 or 6 kilos within like a week, within the span of a week. After that, I started like freaking eating whatever I wanted again and just like gorging it on everything. And then when I weighed myself afterwards, I only gained like 2 kilos. And then when I kept on going on, kept the meal replacement shakes up, I went from like, okay, so maybe 12 kilos wasn't, actually, yeah, it was 12 in the end, but I went from around 82 kilos down to 68 kilos. And then I gained weight and tried to put on muscle to bring myself to like the low 70s again. So it was like roughly 12. So yeah, that was like fucking insane. Being able to do pull-ups and stuff was freaking wicked. Being fit was also awesome as well. I was like able to fit size small shirts. Now though, I am unfortunately 85 kilos, so I have gotten fat again. But it took like about maybe 10 years for that to happen. But I mean, yeah, in terms of my dietary habits and everything, I mean, obviously I'm aware that I've let things go and I've enjoyed life a bit too much. So it doesn't come as a surprise. Like if I'd kept up more regular exercise and everything, it would have happened. But in any case, since I am getting married next year, the weight loss journey will begin, and I don't think it'll be too hard. So I have started doing some exercise, currently doing like 100 squats a day for the last 4 days, so that's been helping a few things out, but got to be careful not to let some injuries creep in. So I already got a couple that I need to manage, so yeah. Anyway, it'll be an interesting journey. Oh yeah, and the last fun thing about me is I have swords, so I don't know if I really mention it publicly on my own streams, but if you have talked to me on Discord in the past through other people's VTuber or VTubing Discords, you'll have an idea. Actually, I did stream stuff. I did stream like our school's international level event, where I think it was called War in the West. So I did record or stream all 3 days, and you would have seen heaps of people like fighting with swords and fencing and stuff. So that's the kind of martial arts stuff that I do. So I practice something called HEMA, or Historical European Martial Arts, and I just help out the school teaching from time to time. But yeah, these are just some fun things about me, just to get people reacquainted to who I am right now and what I've been planning to do. So yeah, I just hope you enjoy this more updated info. And apologies for the rambling regarding the streaming pipeline. So just to reiterate, you know, I have been trying to stream and push for affiliate, but I want to try and pivot the strategy a little bit in terms of building an audience. And, you know, right now, like, I'm finding it a bit of a waste of time just streaming to, you know, no one or maybe 1 or 2 people and stuff, and not really getting a lot of audience interaction. So that is why I'll try and refocus on building my YouTube channel and building an audience that way, and then I can try and redirect the audience to either Twitch, or perhaps maybe I'll give up on Twitch and maybe move to Kick or something, since I don't really have an audience, and you know, I can pivot between 2 different platforms and take the better payment plan and stuff like that. So yeah, but in any case, if there's something that I am going to be pretty active on, it is going to be X. So I put out a lot of tweets on there to share my movements, what I'm doing, stuff that I find funny, and also my opinions. So if you can, please follow me on Twitter or X as well. But in any case, that brings us to the end of the prezzo. So, back to the talking head. Whoa! Oh, I'm all slanted. I'm all over here. Right. In any case, I hope you enjoyed, the stream so far, or the VOD so far. I hope you enjoyed the dog feeding frenzy, and also that little year in review and all the other stuff. And yeah, so that also gives everyone like a bit of an idea of what I'm planning to do over the next, or until the rest of the year. So yeah, so let's double check the agenda. So we've had the birthday celebration, we had the year in review, we've done the reintroduction, we've had a look at my future plans. So I guess that leaves us to gaming time. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to put my VR headset on. Or actually, I'm going to take a short break. And I'll pop up the Be Right Back screen up. Hang on a tick. Let's do this in order. Right, so I'll be right back, I promise. And what I'm going to do is I am going to get my headset ready. I've downloaded the PC version of Blade and Sorcery, and I want to try that out. If MetaQuest Link isn't going to be working properly, then what I'll be doing is I'll just be playing Blade and Sorcery Nomad. But I want to try the PC VR version just for the better graphics and stuff. So I'll be right back. Just need to get my headset and make sure that my controllers are charged and stuff. And I might go for a short bathroom break as well. So stay tuned.
Every scar's a story of a war I didn't leave. So I won't fake perfection, won't chase who I'm not. This heart still beats with purpose, even when I forgot. Yeah, I'm trying, still I'm trying to feel something real again. No more lying, no more hiding. Let the healing now begin. I was broken, now I'm building with the pieces left in me. I'm gonna love myself again, piece by piece. Midnight, new name, fresh face, a life restarted. New town, same game, a mirror cracked but frame uncharted. She paints a smile so rehearsed, and she wears it until it starts to feel real. Run, 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 but the eyes stay the same. A quiet runner, soft and fast, changing stories to outrun her past. I tried to know her, I'd give anything just to see her stop and say.
Alright, I am back. Okay, so everything seems to be working. Now, let's go back to the gaming screen. Let me check. Okay. Oh, wow, okay. Alright, sound settings are okay. I am going to have to clip my mic to my jumper and hope that it is sounding loud enough. Okay, alright, so let's go back to the gaming section. Alright, so gonna have to turn off Roansome, we don't need that anymore, and we are going to turn off the VTuber model. So, yeah, the VTuber model spazzes out every time I move towards away from the camera, and it just blocks everything that's been shown up in the VR. That's happening in VR. So we're gonna remove the VTuber model and just hide that. Holy fuck, straight up ban. Shit. And I am gonna go into the headset. So hopefully, okay, so it looks, OBS is saying that everything is looking good. Oh, what's this bitrate loss? Dropping frames out of nowhere now. The fuck, bruh. Just gonna let the internet stabilize a tiny bit. No. Just stand by for a moment. I'm gonna see if the bitrate stabilizes. Alright, but in the meantime, I am gonna chuck the headset on, try to get the PC VR working, and try to see if I can connect the two things. Oh yeah. Okay, so where do I want to go? I want to go here. I want to go Oculus Link. Use AirLink and launch that. Hopefully things should link up. Unmute microphone. Do not want to do. Alright. Okay, so I think everything is ready on that end. Let's just wait for the thing to stabilize. Jesus Christ. Okay, what is going on with the internet? Just hang on a second. Close Steam. Close Discord. Let's close Brave. let's check a few things out. Why am I dropping so many frames? Speed test. Alright, hang on. So I might close VTube Studio as well, since we're not going to need the model for a little bit. Okay, G-Hub. Don't really need that. MetaQuest isn't downloading anything, right? No. Lock. Oh, yeah. Downloads are good. OBS bitrate not stable. Mm. All right. Maybe the bitrate that I set was a bit too high. Output. Oh my god. Streaming bitrate would be set to 6,000, which is the upper limit for the current streaming device. Okay, so we can't even hit 6,000 for some fucking reason. And stay there. What the fuck, bro? Might be time to get a new router or something. Although I wonder if it's also the fact that I have enhanced broadcasting on. Right, hang on a tick. Testing. You motherfucker. Bandwidth limit. Is that what I need? It's like, what's this fucking thing even trying to download? Nothing. Alright. Three, two, one. Okay. Alright, stream health bitrate is back in the green. I don't know what the fuck is going on. It just slows down really fucking badly for some reason. Especially after the 1 to 2 hour mark. It's just nuts. I think it might have to do with the multi-streaming or something like that. But in any case, let's get back in. Alright, so looking at blank screen. Let's put the fucking headset on. What do I see? Couldn't launch Airlink. All good, bro. Let's do it again. Let's launch it one more time. Should connect. All right. Ugh. Oh yeah, is that what I want? No, that's not what I want at all. What is this? This is just a window capture. Yeah, no, that's not what I want. Okay, so I think I need to launch the game first. And then I can select it. Yeah, because that's game capture. We're all good. We're all good. All right, let's launch Blade and Sorcery. Oh yeah, let's fucking go. Looking forward to the slightly better graphics. Okay. Oh no, the stream health is fucked again. Yeah, I think it is. Also, DPR, that's a good one too. We don't want that. We want Blade and Sorcery, right? Okay, cool. It's started to pop up. Okay, it's not coming through. All right, now it is. Let's try reloading that again. Oof. Come on. Nothing like a little scuff. All right, hang on. I'm gonna have to close that. Okay. I think I have to launch it from in the headset. All right, need to quit AirLink. All right, so I can see my hands. Ah! Okay. This could be a problem. Right. Could be the XR stuff. Runtime is not correct. Okay, let's see if that works. Yep, device is connected. Perfect. All right, so I'm here. Let's try and play this. Okay, now it's working. All right, I can finally see things coming through my headset now. Okay, so hopefully you get the sound coming through. All right. Now I need to change the desktop audio. So I think the audio is not being picked up in the game.